What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades here, and welcome back to the channel. Crypto relief rally. It's really time sensitive. Can it last? But before we get rolling, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe. If you're new here, hit the small bell notification so you never miss a live breakdown. Good morning. Okay, again, we're streaming on two platforms this morning, you guys. So let's see if it goes well. I really hope it does. Good morning. Let's see who's in the chat box real quick. Over here we have Joe, Stanimir, Diamond Ice, Monkey Van, King Tony, Debbie, Katsuli. Good morning. Say hi in the chat box, you guys. If you're new here, you are very welcome. So we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. Hold on, let me move the screens around here. All right, screen share. You guys restart the chat box. Let me see everyone say hi in the chat box in this bloody morning. All right, so pretty much risk-off day, right? We had a risk-off dump day in the stocks. We're gonna check what's happening now overall in the markets right now. So like I said, it's completely risk-off. We had the Dow Jones over 1%, NASDAQ slightly under 1%, S&P same thing, and Russell 2000 dropped 2% on the day. So basically the idea here is you're looking at the advancing versus declining over here, and you can see that it wasn't just a few names that were dragging everything lower. We had roughly 3/4 of the entire stock market going down in the red. So that means you're getting broad selling across the board, and it's not like a narrow sort of a narrow leadership. As you can see, you have pretty much everything on the red instead of the communication services and the utilities over here. Everything else was in the green. Now the thing is, when you see that kind of a washout, it really sometimes can mean that you can get big green candles, like sort of relief rallies days that are inside this predominantly down trend right now. It can also really be the stage of an earlier larger correction if we continue to keep closing in this weak manner. The only thing that could help for that to improve is really the macro, right? It's really nothing else. So right now, if you look at where we stand, it's very bearish. It's extremely violent, specifically for crypto. But in that kind of extreme fear environment, we call this bear market rallies, right? The bear market rallies are absolutely possible. And if that happens in the stock markets, that is going to, of course, extend into crypto. Right. And of course, you're looking at the stocks and you're thinking, if they start to roll over once again, these rallies are gonna fade, right? Just as fast as they started, really. On a good note, though, there are some positive news, right? There are some positive news over here. So basically what we have is, by the way, after the whole market was dumping, right? Stocks were dumping, crypto was dumping. There was one stock that did really, really well, and that was Alphabet, right? While everything else was getting smacked, Alphabet was doing good, and that's the Google's parent ticker, right? So basically what happens is that Berkshire Hathaway disclosed rare tech investment with 4.9 billion. So that's Warren Buffett, right? Warren Buffett, and he's coming here and revealing his multi-billion investment stake in Alphabet. You have to remember, when this kind of people do these kind of things, that's unusual because he doesn't usually chase the high-flying tech names. So all of us investors are looking at this and we're thinking, okay, well, that's a big vote of confidence in the Google's AI story, right? So, and then you're thinking, right, he's doing that at the moment. So what does that mean? Well, we had a massive run in these kind of stocks. So if he is seeing value right now in these, and he has certainty in these mega cap tech names, that is good, right? Because it's important, because like we said, Alphabet is really part of the AI leadership out there. It's part of that group, that circle. that's been also carrying the indices, by the way. So if these names hold up and push higher, that is going to stabilize the entire risk sentiment. And obviously, if they crack, that's very, very bad. But when Buffett type of capital starts piling into those names, that is going to tell us that institutions are getting engaged in these risk assets, and they're not entirely sitting in cash, right? They're not hiding in cash. So that is going to support that idea that we might get this short-term rallies in crypto as well. Again, very important to follow for these leaders and see how they're doing, because like we said, if anything happens, if they roll over later again, we're expecting for everything to to start feeling it in the markets as well. Now, in terms of the Fed rate cuts, we have them in 22 days. The chances are nothing like we've seen in the past couple of months. Markets and Wall Street have been absolutely obsessed with the idea that the Fed is going to keep cutting the rates, but right now, the pricing in for that is getting a bit more cautious. So let's see if that is going to happen, because we also have some of the Fed officials that are strictly against, they're arguing against another cut in December, right? So if inflation stops falling, or if it stays sticky, the Fed is going to be nervous about it, about cutting rates too aggressively. And we want those cuts, right? We want those cuts, because when the market really believes in aggressive cuts like that, you are setting up a space for liquidity traps, right? Liquidity trades that pump out of nowhere into growth, into tech, into crypto. But if we are pricing in for higher rates than longer, higher than expected, these same ones are going to completely deflate, and the monies are going to start flowing back into bonds and cash. So right now we're literally in this super weird in-between zone, and let's see what's going to happen, because this is the data that we're currently dealing with. And by the way, also, let's not forget, we have the FOMC meeting minutes coming in tomorrow. Very important. We're going to get some unemployment rate. We're going to get some PMI. So this week also, we have a lot of data that could keep the volatility spiking up. Speaking of volatility, let's have a look. We've spoken about this before. Let's repeat it again, right? Let's repeat it again. We know what happens to volatility, right? Usually, let's measure. What did we do yesterday? Over 19%. So when you have volatility moving that much in one day, usually you get some sort of relief in the next day, right? We've said that multiple times, and this is what we can expect, in my opinion, as well, to start happening. But again, we've had our zones marked here. Anything below 20 has always been a risk zone, you guys, and we've marked that for months. So we know that once VIX reached in that area, we are always due to be very careful in this environment. Daniel Carwood, hello. We have some new people here. Everyone that's new and haven't said hi in the chat box, go ahead, make sure to like this video if you haven't. I'm not sure how many people we have live. I know many people are away from the charts. Nobody wants to watch right now, but you have to. Right now is very, very time sensitive, and we need to be on top of our game right now. Okay, so let's remove first the things. This is like kind of the stuff that I talked earlier in the morning on Discord. By the way, if you haven't joined Discord, join. It's free, and that's where I give the updates way before the live stream, and I say what my expectations are for the market, so you can catch it before anyone else does. All right, so make sure to join Discord. You can find the link in the description box or in the chat box over here. We have Zhivko as well. Good morning, nice to see you. All right. So first of all, finally, yesterday we had our true week opening. We can see that it's trading way below the true month open in a very interesting area. So we said we have first line of defense at between 96.94. Yesterday, that completely failed. We had a little bit of a try over here with this candle. It's bullish, and actually, if you go back and look at the volume, if you look at the delta in this candle, you can see that in fact there was some people were trying, right? They were trying very hard. Bulls were really trying to save that level, but that didn't manifest, right? It didn't manifest because we clearly had more important levels to worry about, which were the 89K Bitcoin levels, right? Very important levels. Like, this is literally, you guys, our last chance, right? This is the level, this is our last chance. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this level and what you need to be looking out for and what could happen if we fail that level. All right. So first of all, let me tell you what my bias is right now for this. Okay, for Bitcoin. So today, the way we're trading, I'm expecting at the very least to get some relief rally today, because we are at zones already, right? That doesn't mean that we can't drop a little bit further and wick that area. We are at zones. We're going to talk about the zones in a second. But basically, the expectations today are that we should trade at least until 92. Let's pull on the 4-hour time frame. 12-hour may be better. 4 hours, okay. Right. So the expectations are that from this morning, from when I posted on Discord, that we need to start trading now until 92,222. This is where we opened the true week, right? So since we have this opening over here, if price is extremely bearish, we are going to have the expectations that price is going to travel up to here and reject once more, right? So if that happens, that continues the bearish bias for today. Yes, hit the like button, you guys. Welcome everyone. Say hi in the chat box. Let me know, are you long? Are you underwater right now? What's going on with you? I want to know, how's everyone doing? Sebas, oh wow, new person. Okay. Does that make sense? So that's the first thing that I'm expecting, right? I want to see what happens around 92.2, right? Rejection from here is possible. Secondly, what I would like to for more to happen is for price to travel above and protect the 92.2 price level, right? Then I would expect for price to start relieving even more and more and more. So then we're going to be looking at our second zone, which is going to be at around 95.5K Bitcoin, which is also could be a rejection point. Right? So we need to start trading above all of these levels. And once we close about above 95.5, that is going to give me further optimism that we might as well, whatever happens in this area, retest the true month open, right? So it's not given that it's going to happen right now today. It might happen tomorrow, but it should happen one of these days, right? And again, if you think about your death cross that everyone's been scaring with on Twitter and everywhere, you guys need to remember that before having these, death crows, they're very lagging indicators. They don't mean anything because we've had it before. We've had it down here, and then a few days after that, we had a rally. All right. So, it might be a signal that we're getting a relief rally, right? It doesn't mean that we might get a new all-time high, but at least we're looking for some sort of relief rally from this area. Now, why is this area so important? Okay. Say hi in the chat box, everyone. Leave a comment under the video and also share. And I want to tell you also, make sure to go and get the course. It's $350 with 40% discount using code WADELIST40. You get 40% off, so you can grab it for $200. All for life, right? Because soon, I think by December or something, I'm going to stop this offer, and it's going to be a monthly subscription. And now you can get it for life. Okay. This is your only chance. And if you go ahead and check all the reviews, we're going to see we don't have a single negative review. Everyone is obsessed with the course, and it's very helpful for everyone. All right. So I highly recommend go and do that while you can for only $200. All right. Cool. So let's discuss the importance of this level, right? On a daily time frame. First of all, we're not blind, all right? Even if you're blind, you should be able to see how important this 89K region is. We've had this level broken before and held multiple times, right? Within a range, tested as a resistance, where we created our bottom, we opened our true year, right? And then we completely smashed through this level. So, you know, it's a level that hasn't been retested since, right? It's a level that hasn't been retested since freaking April, right? Since we started rallying for the first time also, you know, on the altcoins, etc. So this is also the first signs of life that we started getting early April over here in ETH BTC as well. Anyways, that level hasn't been retested. What is that level? What do you see within the previous price action of this level? Well, you can see you have a massive daily bullish fair value gap over here, but is that the most important, right? The most important is, yes, the bullish fair value gap, but also the one below it, right? You have this within the daily support level, but the daily support level, the daily SR flip zone can always be wicked by percentages, right? On a daily time frame, that could result in 2, 3, 4 percentages as well, right? So important is that we have body closes above this area. That doesn't mean that the area can't be wicked. Does that make sense? So from here on, you have this fair value gap. What do you have below it? Well, you have even the more important fair value gap. So essentially, this is the more important fair value gap, right? Let's have a look if I have enough fair value gaps open. Yes, I do. So you can see it. This is with the help of my indicators, which as well, you're going to need, if you're going to trade like me, you're going to need those indicators developed by the best indicator developers in the space, which are Luxalgo. Okay. So, you know, you have the daily SR flip within a bullish fair value gap. Happy days, very important zone indeed. We're not blind, we can see it. But what's most important is the fair value gap down here. Why? It's because that's where we had our last bullish order blocks, right? Within here. So usually this is the fair value gap that we teach also in the range model theory course that you guys need to pay the closest attention to. All right. The closest attention to. Wait list 40, because I said it multiple times. I don't want you guys to ask me again, which you do several times. I don't know. Anyway, you also have on a higher time frame, on a weekly time frame, this is this green block over here that is going to be your bullish order block on a weekly time frame. Looking at the daily, it's going to look a bit big, doesn't matter, but essentially this is sort of the area that you're looking into, right? That's the most important area here, right? Within this level, within the daily SR flip, we need a wick, we need a drop down to that area, right? And I need to be thinking in the following manner, right? Soon as the daily support is touched, I already need to be in, right? That is sort of my my thinking for this scenario. Have we tapped the area? Not particularly, right? Not particularly at the moment. It's not a clean tap, but still it's definitely an area worthy of exploring. Now let's show something that I don't usually show, but I also teach in the course. So we can check here the volume delta. Okay, we can check the volume delta. We can see that, you know, we still have negative delta, right? We don't have particularly a lot of buying taking place right now. Actually, we do in fact have a bit of a chunk over here of 30.92 million. And I do like the wick that this candle is creating, even though it's bearish. So we have a lot of chances right now to turn this candle around, right? So we're looking at the 12-hour time frame. Let's have a look on the daily. Same thing, right? Same thing. So basically all you have here is follow through. Remember the candle that I spoke to you earlier? This candle on a daily time frame. Now, why is this candle different than the rest of the candles? And that I teach also in the range model theory course. Okay. Why is that candle different? Can anybody in the chat box let me know? FTSM, hello. We have new people here. Love to see it. Mark Bass is also here. Yay. Why is this candle different, you guys? Can you see it? Let me know. Well, the only reason that this candle is different is because we have negative delta, but a bullish candle, right? So what does that mean? That means that buyers were protecting this area very, very strongly, right? They were really, really trying to beat up, but then we didn't have a follow through and we had negative candle, negative delta after that. So this is what happened. We basically had buying absorption over here. So we were trying really, really hard, but it didn't work. Okay, so right now here, usually in a negative delta with a bearish candle, even with a wick like that, it's not too bad, right? It's not exactly amazing, but it's okay, right? We're getting some action, right? It's not a proof. It means that we might drop down further, retest the daily support, come into our levels of interest as well, but it's starting to give some reaction. The most important is even if we get buy absorption over here, the most important is that we see a follow through after that as well. Okay, enough with that now. Enough with that. Okay, good stuff. Right, so in a very, very good scenario over here, what are we hoping for? Well, we're clearly hoping to trade up until the true month open. So like 104k, like that would be 104.6. That would be absolutely amazing, right? Massive sell zone in this block as well. All right. Hi Gaps. Hello Tavris. Hi everyone. Again, you guys, make sure to join. Discord is in the description box of this video over here. You can find the link. You can find it in my bio. If you're on X, make sure to join. It's free, right? That's where you get my daily updates before I come on YouTube even, right? Okay. So yeah, that's what's up with Bitcoin right now. Currently at these levels, honestly, you guys, this is our last line of defense. If we lose that level, we're starting to look at the true year open retest, right? The true year open retest, which honestly is going to be crazy if that happens, but it's probably going to happen if we lose the last line of defense over here. Borto, where to sign for the BMW giveaway? Yes, we have one member of our Discord. He was like, if Pepe goes to $1, everyone's getting in the VIP group, everyone's getting a secondhand BMW. You know, the crazy thing is, right, the way everything is moving at the moment, Sol is up 5%. Okay, good. Sol's up 5%. Currently means absolutely nothing, to be fair with you, with the price action. It can even trade up to if it wants to. Let's delete this so it's not confusing. You know, we can see it coming up to 140 and then rejecting again. So literally means nothing until we start trading above 140, right? At the very least, for Sol. Genuinely, if we lose this level right now, again, same thing. We're not blind, right? We're not blind. We can look left on the chart and we can see that these are the levels where buyers stepped in before, right? So buyers stepped in heavily before in these levels of Sol. So it's pretty much a now or never scenario for everything. Because if that doesn't happen, boy, oh boy, are we then looking for the weekly liquidity? We probably would be in that case, right? Then you're looking at the weekly liquidity, which is sitting at $95, right? And then God knows what happens after that, right? I mean, I don't even want to think about that at this point, but it is there, and it's scary, and right. So, you know, when you see a liquidity like that on the weekly time frame, it really just means that even if we get rallies up to freaking 264, right, we can reject. Because don't forget the liquidity formation. Grab the indicators, you guys. If you want to trade like me, if you want to have my methods, you need these indicators. Make sure to like the video if you haven't as well. Okay, I just have to repeat it like crazy. So all of this is going to be still a sell zone. Does that make sense? So Solana on the weekly time frame is going to have very hard time beating the levels between 253 and 295. All right. It's going to really have troubles doing that. So even if we reach to that level, de-risking is definitely needs to be on the table, right? De-risking definitely needs to be on the table if that happens. Now, let's go back to another most important thing. USDT dominance, right? USDT dominance. Let's have a look at the USDT dominance right now. Weekly time frame. Look at this liquidity, right? I have my alarms set for it because I want to see this thing go. I want to see it go, right? I want to see it go. And we haven't really taken it yet. So in my opinion, it's still very wishy-washy out there, even if we start getting some pullbacks for Bitcoin. Obviously, that's going to be an inverted chart of the USDT dominance, but essentially you want that taken, right? You want that taken. That's 6.242% market on your charts. You want that taken, right? You do want that taken, and these two highs is the level that I would like to for this to stop, right? For this to stop. Let's have a look if we actually have a formation on here. Yeah, so in between this area, right? In between this area. I'd preferably, if it doesn't go to 6.6, preferably within this area, ideally, I'd like this to stop, right? I'd like it to stop because then we have jobs to the downside, right? We have to clear stuff to the downside, all right? I don't know if it's going to happen. I just hope that the sweep of this weekly liquidity on USD dominance is going to at least give us something. Okay. All right. Damn. In terms of, the futures, we actually cleared a gap over here from April, right? We closed it completely. Have we? Yeah, we closed it completely. The gap's closing. Okay, closing. The gap's closed. Okay, on the CME futures. All right, cool. What else do we have here? Do we have any more gaps to fill? Actually, we do. Right? Actually, we do. This is one. Wicks are not gonna do the job. Wicks are not gonna do the job. It needs to be a body, right? So. Potential area that we can look forward to, right? Ethereum, hi, what's up? You look like garbage. Thank you, says Ethereum. Well, this is pretty much the levels for ETH over here. Again, we're not blind. 2,900, 2,821. What did we say? A loss of 3,364 is going to send us straight down to these levels. Have we tapped the levels? No. Okay, so another red flag. Another red flag. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're leveraging, you need to be aware that there might be a drop down further. All right? Diamond Eyes laughing. I mean, we can only laugh at this point. What else are we supposed to do? I swear. Like, my friends were texting on X, on WhatsApp. They were like, I hope they use this money for cancer treatments. I'm like, yeah, you wish. Yulia, good morning. All right, so just FYI, we haven't entirely tapped the areas, so that's very important for ETH. Yeah, are we, did we tap an inside bar? Yeah, okay, we did. All right, we did. It's not like we didn't. We did. 2 times, in fact. Okay. But yeah. Just thread very, very carefully, right? Very, very carefully, because honestly, if we lose that level, it's just 2,100 nicks, etc. Yes, you guys liked the video. You know what? Let's go ahead and check how many likes we have. Let's go ahead and check. I'm going to control this right now. 44 people. So weak. You guys, honestly, I don't know what's happening, but it's so weak. Okay, we have 28 likes. Are you kidding me right now? unacceptable. 44 people watching, 28 likes. See, we used to have 100 people watching us like weeks ago, and now we're down to 44. Imagine how everyone's feeling. In the description box, you guys, this is where you're gonna find the link for the range model theory course, Discord link, free access. Only way you can come on it is by either registering on Bluffin, or if you already registered, you just send me your UID. Same thing goes for Pionix as well. These are your options to join Discord for free, right? So yeah, these are the levels that we're looking at Ethereum as well. Let's see what happens. We have absolutely no proof of nothing, you know, of nothing, because we can simply come up here, retest 3,100, and then send it back lower again, right? Send it back lower. So this is what we're dealing with. 4-hour time frame. Okay, fine. We know that we're gonna get up to 3,600. Thank you for our time frame. At least that we know we're gonna get. But eventually, right, all of these stacked highs over here, we know we're gonna clear that eventually. All these things we're aware of. Thank you for our time frame. We didn't even need you to help us with that. But you're trading way too deep right now. So could this be, you know, a scam? It could be. They might be just tricking us right now into something, into over leveraging and things like that. Rafael Kader, hello Gabby, first time live ever. I always saw the video after. I'm so glad you managed it. I'm so glad you managed it, you guys. We're like doing weird timings. I'm like up there. It's very early for some people. It's very late for other people, or extremely early in the morning, like 4 a.m. in the morning. All these things, I understand. So, but yeah, this is what we're dealing with today, you guys. I don't know. Good morning for Daytona, Gregory. Hi, hello. So happy to see you guys here. Let's have a look at ETH BTC real quick. Salad, absolute salad within this range, holding the level. So it seems fine to me, honestly. Like, it seems fine, right? We closed above our level that we wanted to, so we're just hoping that this continues to be the case. Doge, XRP, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's bearishly distributing still. Hasn't proved that anything's going to happen. It's not going to prove that anything's going to happen. Price needs to trade above this resistance at least, right? At least above 2.5, 2.6 approximately. Then maybe we can say, okay, something is potentially happening. For now, absolutely nothing is happening. Yes, we're in buy zones, but nothing's happening. All right. Yes, hit the like button, because we need at least 40 likes here. I don't know. We're also live on X, by the way, which is maybe that's why we don't get all the viewers, because some of the people are watching on X. Who cares, you know? This is us. We're here to stay. So that's what we're doing, regardless of the market's conditions, right? Maybe soon as the bear market comes, we're not going to be live every day. Maybe I'm going to do more educational videos for you guys on YouTube. Let me know if that's what you want. Let me know if that's what you want. Check ICE, please. What the hell is ICE? What is that? Oh, God. I mean, it looks horrible. No signs of life, no signs of doing anything whatsoever at the moment. So yeah, I mean, for this kind of drop, I don't know, at least reclaim 0.003. At least do that, at least reclaim, so then I can hope that you can get 0.8. You know what I mean? Aster has been holding. We're gonna have a look. Yeah, not bad, you know. We had our zones for Aster, like we said, you know, these kind of formations, and this is what I try to warn you guys. I've seen these kinds of situation a lot, mostly on forex, right? Not that much on crypto. But when I see this sort of range, I know that the low is very vulnerable over here. But so far it looks good. I mean, this is not forex. I don't know, it's something weird. And why is it weird? Well, it's weird because it's trading up while everything else is trading down. So maybe there is something more to it that I don't know about. That could be very well the case. So you know, I'm not very confident in the technicals over here, to be fair, because it seems like it's a little bit out of control right now. But yeah, this low is definitely a vulnerable one, in my opinion. Otherwise, when you look at it from the price action that you have, this is pretty much the zone, right? This is where you want it for everything to hold within this block, right? This fair value gap over here, you've already traded, you've already taken the low, so that's cleared out, right? That's cleared out, because once you have a body close like this below, the expectations always and forever will be, regardless of what chart you're watching, that this low is going to be targeted, right? So you can see they ran it here, manipulated, and then send it back lower, right, to create a double bottom, which is also liquidity, right? Double bottom, right? So then they ran it again, because a lot of people in trading, they're buying double bottoms, right? Which works most of the time, but for short term, mostly. They rallied it and then immediately sent it back lower to clear the liquidity, and now they're running it. So yeah, if I was, you know, watching this very, very closely, I would see, okay, this is probably a very good grab of whatever the hell was going on here. Very good grab to start longing into an area of interest already. Cleared the low that it's supposed to cleared the double bottoms that this created. So yeah, not bad for now. Let's see how it continues, right? This is on the daily. On a weekly, it also looks good, honestly. From what I'm seeing right now, if this drop is real, it does look good. It does look good. A bit of a deeper retrace, but you can potentially be looking forward to some upper levels, to like at least $2. At the very minimum, taking it target by target, of course. Hello, we just had a new subscriber. Yay! Hi Gabby, I've watched your show before and I love your content. Just never commented before. I love your show. Thank you for everything. Chris Klein. Oh, that's so sweet. You guys, make sure to say that more often in the chat box, because it's really discouraging to be here every day and giving you like literally the best alpha you can get in terms of trading, because I don't know Jack S in regards to projects and stuff like that. But trading, I'm your person for sure. So it's kind of nice when you guys are saying things like that. Thank you. Thank you, Klein. Love everyone that's here. So what else? Tao, Supra. Okay, cool. We're gonna go one by one. So yeah, basically Astro looks good for now. Just mind that this low, you know, it's kind of dangerous at the moment. All right, but it's probably again the best chance to come up in these outs. Like, it's very, you know, sometimes I'm like trying to compare forex and TradFi to crypto, and it confuses me. So let's just go with the basics, right? The basics look good for a run. Okay. Thank you, Mladenov. Really appreciate you guys. You are the best. You are the best. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit Supra. Oh man, when you guys start giving me tickers like that, I'm just like, what are you guys doing? I mean, it's fine though. It's fine. We're all in the same boat, you know. We're all in the same boat. Supra, yeah, just had a little bit of a pop here on the weekly. Yeah, nothing really. Daily, maybe, you know, potentially 0.008 maybe some point, but we're not even managing to break anything properly besides this little rally over here. So if this is true, they're supposed to hold this level over here, right? So they're supposed to hold the grounds over here, right? So if they manage to hold this level and solidify it as a level, then potentially next target needs to be 0.03, and then you're going just level by level by level, right? If they manage to solidify, that will be very positive. If not, it's just going to continue bearishly distribute. So yeah, it's really a game of chance with a lot of the things at the moment, unfortunately. Tau, let's see what's up with Tau at this point in time. Up almost 3% on the day. Let's delete our previous sell zones over here. Yeah, I mean, we're at the 0.236. Lovely, right? They didn't hold anything here, so we can get rid of that. So 0.236 is pretty much the level of interest that I have. Where's my daily support? Why is it move, or was that weekly? No, that's daily. That's perfect. All right, so essentially Tau, these are your levels, right? 309 and 287. These are your two levels for Tau these days, right? Then protect that levels, and then you take it level by level. 387, 403, 641, and you know, if you're lucky, 650. And if we're not lucky, we're not even going to get to that level. We're going to potentially get another rejection at the 0.5, and then send it below 162, unfortunately, which has already happened, by the way. But because we already had one rejection at the 0.5, so we've sent it pretty much to 0. Yeah, but these are the line of defenses: 309 and 287. Okay, you guys are welcome. Share it on X as well. Yeah, share it on X, even though I'm live on X right now as well. Yeah, error is also at levels right now. 0.236. We've retested the 0.5, send it to below sub-zero, which is usually what happens, especially in a bearish price leg. So we're just going to imagine that this week didn't happen, or it was just a huge misunderstanding. This is how we're gonna, you know, play it, and then say that 0.236 is our line of defense. And then if that doesn't hold, we have a couple more at 0.66 and 0.55. If you believe in that, if you are like, you know... Oh, we just got another review on WAP for our course. I hope it's a 5-star one. Yeah. Chris Klein trades at night. I'm glad, mate. I'm glad. Is there a chance that you could look at Floki? Yeah, let's look at Floki. Where is my Floki? Dude, did I delete it? Oh, it's crazy. So I don't know which one is charted right now. I've deleted Floki. Where's my charting for Floki? Huh. Honestly, where's my Floki? So I have no idea which one I charted then. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna go with this one on Binance over here. Monthly. Essentially creating a double bottom here for Floki. That's nuts. Almost double, not really. Bearishly distributing still. You don't have nothing at the moment to work with. this daily liquidity, don't mind it, because most of the alts are having that at the moment. So it's not don't mind it, it's actually minded big time. But you know, we have to keep some sort of hopes up at this point. Yeah, I mean, nice retrace. I like this sort of price action over here. This I don't really like at the moment. So you really, yeah, I mean, I can't really do anything with Floki at the moment. Want to do anything with Floki at the moment, but if we imagine that this week didn't happen, you know, pretty much now, or you're sending it back lower to this area, you know, down to down to this area, right? So this is kind of 0.00004 for reference. That's kind of the reference point right now. If this doesn't hold, which yeah, I mean, it can, but it doesn't seem to do it right now. That's on a weekly, of course, right? Daily is really bad. So as well, relatively equal lows. I don't like it for a reversal to see them like that. But yeah, I'd wait a little bit more. To be honest, I probably won't touch it until it has some substantial upside momentum on a weekly time frame. Substantial upside momentum on a weekly time frame. Otherwise, daily wise, it will be tricky for sure. And again, weekly either catches the momentum or comes down to these areas of extremity, right? Areas of extremity. Yes, you guys. His Klein is in Soulcast on the near ADA. Klein, are you trading on my Bluffin link? Because if you're not, please do. Okay, if you're already trading on Bluffin, if you are a trader who trades with size, I can get you guys VIP status with direct support on WhatsApp if you want. And yeah, the link you can use also to join Discord and get VIP role. So join Bluffin here, Klein, Chris Klein, because yeah, it helps me support the stream, and we also get lots of offer. Right now we have 10% rebate for bonus for deposits, right? So if you, whatever you deposit, you get 10% back. So yeah, this is the link down here. I highly recommend. I don't say it much, but you guys should do it because it supports the stream and it makes me keep my partnership as well. And also you're getting the updates before anyone else on Discord. So that's pretty cool. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, very good, very good, very good. We're gonna do IHUN because we're looking at Zcash almost every day, and we haven't looked at IHUN for the rest of the people. So what do you think? 84k. I'm not even actually bearish until 78. Yeah, I agree. I do have Bluffin actually. Are you trading on it? Is that your main trading platform? So Chris Klein, join Discord and open a ticket on Discord, right? This is the link. If you open a ticket on Discord and send me your UID, I can get you the VIP role and transfer you under me, so you can take part of my community. Anyways, so IHUN doesn't look very great at the moment. Weekly looks terrible. Daily looks very bad as well. Yeah, at the very least, trade above 0.7, trade above 0.7 with a convincing close. over there on a daily, on a weekly, you have absolutely nothing until like $1.2 as area of interest. So in terms of upside potential, again, I don't see much due to the current price action. I think the range that is most likely to be maintained is around the $2 range. So yeah, I don't think anything above that is feasible at the moment, the way it looks. There was a token unlock recently. Well, see, I don't know. It's just grabbing liquidity and it's just dropping down. So I honestly have, it doesn't look good. Like I want to tell you, oh my God, yay. It doesn't. So just like a lot of the altcoins look absolutely horrible, you guys. And that's what we're dealing with right now. You know, that's the reality. So, you know what I'm pissed off about mostly? I'm pissed off that my gold short didn't get tagged. So I hit full take profits, and I had both of my areas here to take short. You guys know because you've seen it for like ages since we took the long. And I had my long at my short at 4250. So seven micro points here that I didn't get tagged with, which I'm very annoyed. All right. Guo and Kueo, we already did Aster, mate. Thank you so much for coming in the chat box. We did Aster. So just rewind back and watch it. You guys, again, join Discord. Use my link to get the bonuses if you want on Bluffin, and also the VIP role on Discord. And yeah, right, even if you already have an account, if you use it, you can get the VIP role where you get the first updates of the day even before the live stream. Thank you, Klein. I love it. Oh my God, yes, maybe I can keep my partnership because nobody's been trading on my link, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's not really. I get how difficult it is nowadays for everyone, so I do understand that. Richard Van Loosbrook, Ethereum, mate, we already looked at ETH again if you reverse the video, but I'm going to quickly just let you know. I like what's happening over here at an area of interest, definitely. We haven't tapped into the 2,900, so I'm monitoring very closely. Okay, monitoring very closely. If that actually does something, you have a potential to run this up to 3,100 and then drop it back down to 2,900. So in terms of leverage, I'd be very, very careful in this sort of environment, extremely careful, because this is not a confirmation. The candle looks great. The zones look great, right? But they're not entirely tapped by a hair. Right? On Bitcoin, yes, we are in the zone, but not really, right? Not really with a hair. Same thing for Ethereum, right? We looked at USDT dominance on the weekly and we said, hey, we have red flags here. USDT dominance might travel up to 6.24. That's also possible. All right. Guys, you are going nuts now. What happened? Did everyone just wake up out of a sudden? Did you like the video? You know what? Everyone is asking me for, you know what? There is, in this live stream, what usually I should do is I should like ask for donations. Like, okay, send $5 and I'll review the coin that you want me to. But I don't do it. I do everything for free, literally. So all I'm asking you guys is support my links, like Bluffin, just trade under my link specifically so I can get a little bit of what you're already paying for the fees. That's what I'm asking. Do that and then get the course. This is for you. Okay, this is for you. If you want to learn how I trade, what I do specifically, do that. Okay, it's just $200 lifetime now only. After, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Whatever. Yeah, Chris Klein. Yeah, Chris Klein, I don't usually dox myself on YouTube where thousands of people are watching me. But yeah, thanks for your curiosity. All right, cool. We're gonna do one more coin or two. What should we do? Monkey Van is crying for Zcash. All right, Zcash. Let's look at Zcash. Even though we looked at it yesterday, we're gonna look at it today. 4-hour time frame. What did we say yesterday about Zcash? What did we say yesterday? These are the zones, right? First line of defense, last line of defense, pretty much this is what you're looking for. So yes, you are in a buy zone for Zcash, okay? With a potentiality, just like the rest of the market, to run it up to 630, 630, and then reject it again, keeping the zone, right? Keeping the zone, right? That's important. Okay. So Darren R, just because Darren R is new, we're gonna do Dash for him. That's what you wanted, right? Dash. Oh my goodness, let's look at Dash, down 6% so far. Oh, wow, look at that. That's crazy. Okay, cool. You have a daily support here, very important level. A very important level. So are you at a level? You can say, yes, I am at a level. Let's go. Definitely at a level. Let's look at this liquidity. Okay, that's unfortunate because that was already taken on a daily. So yeah, basically you essentially you did want to trade above this level to start with, before you get any interest in this coin whatsoever. So now that you've done that, now that you've you know, kind of did that, right now this level is kind of the one that's supposed to hold, if that's going to do anything. Because if that level fails, it can be wicked, right? It can be wicked. But you want to have this level kind of holding. If you lose it, then you're potentially looking into back into like the $50 area zone, which is horrible. But right, which is horrible. So yeah, you do want that level to hold for Dash. All right. Good morning, Gabby. Late for the start. Lucian. Lucian is actually the reason why you guys have a course, because I didn't want to record it. Was it Lucian? No, no, it was Leverage Larry. It was Leverage Larry. You guys are welcome. Somewhat resolve. Okay, resolve board. We need to look at resolve because he is panicking right now. He is literally okay. Resolve. What is this coin again? Is this something new? Or okay. All right. Well, I guess some support over here. Send it back, like absolute rejection after that. So I don't particularly like that price action. It looks very manipulated. I don't trade charts like that usually, to be fair, but I do like that close for the weekly. I kind of like this, what's happening right now. It's a bit violent, so not great, but definitely a potential for something to happen, right? So you either hold this level, or if you don't, you're looking into this level to hold next, right? This is going to be your area of interest. It's a bit big, but you have nicely inverted fair value gaps over here. You have a nice order block, buy order block as well, so you could potentially do that. You're currently rejecting from a sell zone, so fair enough. You know, fair enough. But yeah, this is your first zone over here at 0.13317, and then secondly, unfortunately, you're looking into the sub 1 region with the potential to run, because only because you close like that last week, which is a very, very strong close, followed by a massive rejection afterwards, but you still got the close. So that's what counts. Hit the like. Anna's beta. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, I have no idea about these things, but you guys know better than me, so I guess we're just looking at that. Hi, Privet. Hello, hello, hello. All right, you guys, that was great today. Thank you so much for all the likes that we have. Again, make sure to get the course Waitlist 40 if you want 40% off lifetime. Get on Discord, get all the bonuses on Bluffin, trade under my link, support me, don't support any other scammers. I'm not a scammer. That's why you should be supporting me. Okay. All right, great. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Daniel Capper, someone isn't liking. I don't know who that person is. I'm not here to to catch them, but lovely to start your day with me and our days together. Okay, amazing. I'll see you guys tomorrow.